easy on you, not to hurt your feelings. But I'm only going to get this one chance. Something's wrong. I can feel it. It's just a feeling I've got. Like something's about to happen. But I don't know what.
Welcome back to Rap City Presents M360. Before the break, we talked about Eminem the Man. Now let's get to some of this new music. You worked extremely hard on this new project, stating that, this quote, you equated this to the period when you were recording Eminem Show and 8 Mile soundtrack, that this is the hardest you worked on your music and your career. What motivated you to push yourself so hard at this particular juncture of your career?
I don't know. I think that one of the things that going into this project, I kind of had a direction. A lot of times when I'm making an album, I just record until about midway through the album. I try to figure out where it's going and get a direction for it. And I think that I may have had a direction a little earlier, got to jump on an idea and a direction for it to go a little earlier than some of the other ones. And I think that by knowing that I wanted to call it this, I wanted to make sure that I had the right songs.
Okay.
So, otherwise I don't think it would have made sense. So, I just recorded a lot of songs. So,
that's a lot. 100, 200?
I don't know. What's infinite?
That many?
What's infinity?
Okay.
No pun intended.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of songs. So, and then was kind of, trying to pick the best out of the bunch, which is typically what I do with every album, but a lot more songs. I record, I think, a lot less songs. Most of the songs that I record end up on the album, and this one was just like, nah, it's not it. I want to try something different. This is cool. This one might be cool, but these two, nah, I want to try something different and just make sure, just make it make sense.
Right. So was there, in your mind, was there a specific goal for this album, and do you think you reached that goal with Marshall Mathers LP2?
I hope I did. I feel like, I did the best I could, and if obviously if I didn't feel like it was ready, I wouldn't put it out. So, but I hope so, man. Let's see.
You stated this album is not a continuation of the first one, more like a revisitation.
I feel like I'm being interrogated.
Welcome.
You stated.
You stated it's more like a revisitation of the first one. What inspired you to revisit those thoughts, those feelings from the first album now, rather than just go off in a whole new direction? Why did you decide to go revisit the first Marshall Mathers LP?
Well, I think that by when I did the Bad Meets Evil project with Royce, the EP, a couple years ago, when we did that, it kind of inspired me to want to have fun with rap again, and not to say that I don't always have fun with it.
Right.
But it kind of made me, the thing with a lot of the back and forth things that me and Royce were doing, and it was just fun to be in this, to just do that again.
Right.
And record like that, and topics and subjects and things, it was fun to mess around with, because when we did that, we didn't have anything like a stencil where we're creating an album. It was an EP, and it was and it was really only going to be a couple of songs. But the more we started doing them, the faster we started doing them, and then it just ended up becoming that.
Right.
But we didn't have we weren't within the confines of having to make an album and round it out and do, what I'm saying, like do certain things that you have to do normally for an album. So it was fun to do that. So I kind of wanted to just, at this point, man, I just wanted to go back in and have fun with a record, and when I started writing, the more I started writing for the record, the more it started, vocal tone, everything started kind of going that way, just the way I was writing and the way I was feeling. So once it started going that way, then I felt like, okay, now I got a direction. It might be kind of cool to try to revisit this subject or that subject too. And, there's a couple of chapters that I feel like I wanted to close, and,
You closed a couple of them.
I think I did, yeah.
You definitely did. Did it steal any of the fun from you when the album got leaked and, people started making comments and criticisms and it's not even out yet, and now here's your album before it's supposed to have been received?
It didn't, did it
Did it still, like, because you had fun making the project and you wanted to revisit the fun part of it, and now, you know, did it take any of the fun away that it got delivered earlier than it should have been, so to speak?
Nah, not really. I mean, it's cool that, to me, just as long as people hear it,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. The rest, it just is what it is. But you make something so that you just want to get it heard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it is what it is. I'm glad people are listening. So
right.
Could be a lot worse.
They could be like, ah.
So, yeah.
So earlier we talked a little bit about the industry changing with the technology and things like that. It has its benefits as well, but for someone whose career has been synonymous with drama and stuff like that, like in this day and age with all the bloggers and social media and stuff like that, like, do you feel like you're under even a bigger microscope than ever before?
Honestly, I don't know, because I don't really, that's a hard question to answer too, because I honestly don't really pay attention to that part of it. Like, I don't sit on a computer.
You don't tweet, Em?
I tweet.
Okay.
Oh, I get my tweet on.
Oh, you get your tweet on?
Nah, I don't really follow that stuff, man.
Right.
I just, you know, I just want to say this. I just rap. And I want to keep saying that because that's all I do. I actually don't want to keep saying that, but that is all I do. So to just keep giving the same answer, it's really all I do. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even shower. So
I hope you do, man. I hope, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
No problem.
I did today because I knew that we were doing this interview.
I appreciate
but normally,
that. Much
I just
appreciation. Much love, bro.
Absolutely.
Already.
Yeah.
So on this Marshall Mathers LP2, one of the highly anticipated collaborations was with Kendrick. You know, Kendrick let that Control verse go, and lots of people, he kind of lit a fire in the lyrics again.
Absolutely.
A lot of people. Did you feel any fun-loving competition, or did it make you feel like you had to come any extra harder for this Kendrick track, knowing that what he did to other people on their other songs more recently?
First of all, I just want to say this. I love what Kendrick is doing.
Right.
And he's making it, he's continuing the tradition of just making rap exciting.
Right.
You know? And what he did with the Control verse is incredible, but we had actually did that song before he did that verse.
Oh, okay.
You know, I just loved what he did on his album.
Right.
And I felt like, man, he's an Aftermath artist too. You know, and it just felt like it was something that we should do.
Right.
You know? But absolutely, there's always going to be a competitive aspect, man. And that's why with his verse, the Control verse, he didn't say anything that every other MC wasn't already thinking. You know,
he was bold enough to say it.
He said it.
Right.
He said it, and it's great. It's what makes hip hop. You know.
Definitely, indeed. Lots of people have speculated that this could be your last album. You call yourself the rap god. That's kind of like, I'm kind of finished. I got this. I'm the god. It's nothing else to say. Is that possible? I
don't know what I'm doing tomorrow.
But I know that you rap, though.
Obviously not showering. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I think I would say this. I want to rap until it's not fun anymore. So, yeah, I quit.
It's not fun anymore?
Nah.